Greetings, nerds. So what I have right here is dioxazine violet PV23. We have both the red shade and the blue shade, and PB60 anthraquinone, sometimes called indanthrene, but anthraquinone blue, which is this is the red shade, and that is the green shade of it. The green shade is just for awareness here. It is extremely rare. I don't know any company that actually uses it. It's that rare. However, it's still being produced, and so there's a demand for it. I don't know where, but there's there's something there. And that right there is Prussian blue. All of these are mixed with white. That's the mass tone. Prussian blue mass tone right there. I'll get to the reason why I have Prussian blue down here in a moment. So a lot of people, mostly watercolorists and oil painters, mostly oil painters, uh, they don't like either one of these. Now, I do understand why people avoid the anthraquinone blue. It's because Prussian blue is just flat out better. However, when you're in acrylics, there really isn't an option here. You only have anthraquinone blue. So I've picked up the use of using anthraquinone blue in oil paint, but it definitely doesn't do as good of a job as Prussian blue, which is part of the hate for it. The tint strength on this is also extreme compared to Prussian blue, which with oils the common consensus is you want low tint strength, which is why a lot of people don't like phthalo blue in oils. I use phthalo blue, I use titanium white. People hate titanium white because of the tint strength. That is the primary reason why a lot of people hate this color. That, and when you mix it up, it tends to gray out a little bit. Now, it's the same problem with this with the dioxazines. I don't like the blue shade because it grays out compared to the red shade, so I tend to only use the red shade when I'm using it. And yeah, I do use this. I think it's a great color. I think it's a very lovely color, but it's one of those colors you need to use very, very sparingly. I mostly use it for shadows because I am of the school of violet shadows are the best shadows, or more violet tones are the best tones, and they really do work as shadows much better than blue does, or black. Now, that's we get into the hatred of it, and I don't really get a lot of the hate for dioxazine violet, other than tint strength, tint strength, tint strength. That's what it always boils down to. It's this stupid elitism that really comes forth. Now, I will admit there's another elitist part of this, and that is these don't really mix that well. For one, what are you going to mix the dioxazine violet with? Or dioxazine purple, whatever you want to call it? Not much. You're really not going to mix it with anything. It's good to dull down a yellow, but you could just use yellow ochre or brown or really a lot of other colors that are most likely on your palette already. This is just an additional convenience, really. Anthraquinone. This is a good replacement for indigo. Now, I keep also confusing the green shade as being good with Prussian blue, but as you see with the Prussian blue, it comes back. It's much brighter. So Prussian blue still stays on my palette for oils compared to the green shade, which I can get the green shade for my oils. I just don't because there's no point when I have Prussian blue. When I have acrylics, I have to use this for very specific things, especially when I'm trying to make a traditional Payne's Gray. Because traditional Payne's Gray requires Prussian blue. Now, this is not the original type of Prussian blue. This is PB23 which is almost identical, but the chemistry is a little bit different for the pigment. It basically comes out the same look. That very greenish, very like bright blue when you mix it with white. Still very bright blue. I love Prussian blue. I really wish it could be in acrylics. But it can't be because chemistry says no. Gorgeous blue, though. This is your primary blue, by the way, when you're trying to do RYB. If you notice a problem here with this, and that, well, it's really dark. So not really great as a primary blue when you want something much brighter. Either way, that's really it. Let's do some mixing. Let's use anthraquinone blue here and our dioxazine inks. So we already mix it with white. You can see white here. Let's grab a little bit of quinacridone magenta, which is right here. See what these are like. All right. Grab a little benzy yellow as well. Let's grab the light shade, lemony shade, and the medium. Ah, hell, we should do a red somewhere as well. What's the closest thing we have to red? Like Itin red. Pyrrole is to... Closest thing I probably have is Pyrrole, which is still too yellow. Screw it. Yeah, that's really the only thing we have. Because we really don't have a red that matches Pyrrole, or really beats Pyrrole in terms of being close to the red spectrum, so. There, we have Pyrrole and our normal correct color, magenta. So let's grab some anthraquinone blue here. So if we mix the Pyrrole with the anthraquinone blue, get a very dark and dingy, muted, weird brown color. That is because blue and red don't make purple, it makes brown. It's the Kubelka monk theory. You can, it has a little bit of a purple to it. A little bit of a violety, purpley color. Still, it's very, very brown. Let's mix these two together. That's something interesting. That's vibrant. And there you go. That's another reason why a lot of people just don't really like dioxazine right here. Whatever it's called. Right? Because I can match a similar enough color to it. Like, that's close enough for most people. It's kind of like that weird Mayan blue thing. Yeah, that's where you really get it. Ooh, mixing a little bit of that. That's a good primary blue. That's a really good primary blue, actually. I might be onto something here. I think people are misrepresenting our anthraquinone blue here. That's a really phenomenal blue. Okay. Yeah. I see where this is going. How green does this mix? Very dark, sea greenish. Let's see, a little bit more yellow. Okay. Yeah, I think people are really misrepresenting this blue a lot. The more I use it, the more I want it in my watercolor sets. Because that's a gorgeous grass green. That matches like a sap green super well. A good traditional sap green. Okay. Now let's do some dioxazine violet, not disoxazine. It is very late here, by the way. I'm just recording this because I can. Ooh, that's a nice, really nice fuchsia color. Yeah. Very vibrant purple. It's a mixed dioxazine with the anthraquinone. Just for the hell of it. Ooh. That's almost like a yin mini blue. A little bit more of that. Yeah, that's it's not as bright as Yinmin, but that's pretty close to like an actual blue. That's a phenomenal. That blue hurts my eyes. Really. Let's do the stupid thing. Contrast colors. That's yeah, that I knew that would happen right there, but as I said, let's do the stupid thing. And let's do another stupid thing. So, which I've never mixed these two together. And it did what I thought it would do. Uh, if it's a very lovely burgundy, it darkens down red so well, honestly. I do kind of see it as a convenience color, but it does do stuff that typically wouldn't get. I do. It's probably a good thing for as one of those fun colors for a split primary palette, because you can get so many unique colors out of that. And I just broke my brush. Oh well, I guess that's the end of the video. There's a Discord link down below. Bye. Yes. Whatever.